I moved down here from New York, and we lived in Brooklyn forever. We didn't have rats. Like, it was there was no way. We didn't have anything, My mother, she was like, like, make fun of her for how clean she was. It was ridiculous. It was like, "Oh, there's some dust in the air. You better get it, ma." I moved down here onto the beach, like across the street from the beach, and I'm driving home from work one day in my little car, and I'm like, there's a family of rats on the lawn. And they're just chilling. I'm like, you guys just have a beer, smoking cigarettes, you're just relaxed. We had such a
Yeah.
problem. And I went around and, it was like raised, the house was an old house. It was raised up. So I went around, I screened and, sealed everything up. But it was really hard. And then you said that a mouse, I got a pen, I got a dime. A mouse can get through a dime size hole.
Yeah, mice
And
and baby rats for a
yeah,
dime, and then a
right.
quarter for rats. Yeah,
Yeah. Look,
pretty
you
wild,
guys,
huh?
it's like nothing.
You
Nothing.
know,
And
since we're talking about rats and mice and the size,
yeah,
a lot of people confuse rats, mice for example, like people will see a baby rat and they think it's a mouse
right.
because of the color hasn't fully developed yet and they're small, and so a lot of people mistake that. But it's very easy. If you have a dog or
Yep.
your next door neighbor has a dog, it's
Hmm.
a rat.
Yeah.
They're rats.
Oh yeah.
It's really that simple. I mean,
Oh yeah.
we've studied their biology for the last 20 years. We know just about everything there is to know. We do still see some surprises, but their behavior is identical.
Yeah.
Their damages that they make, what they're after, it's incredible. It is the
Mm,
same. Where
yeah.
do they learn it? It's
It's
crazy.
it's it's in their genes. It's in their DNA.
Just unbelievable.
Uh-huh. It's crazy, but yeah, there's no mistaking them down here. When I had a house over on the Gulf Coast, and you'd be sitting out in the yard and stuff, and I lived in a neighborhood, a lot of trees and big lot and stuff, and I was sitting back there just talking on the phone, and all of a sudden I see a rat go from over the
Wires.
electrical wires. Yeah, from the tree onto the wires, across the neighbor's yard into their trees. And it's just like, oh my God, and they're just going from like orange tree to orange tree, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't care. They're very destructive. And the other thing about what happened in that house that I was talking about on the beach is that they had ticks.
Oh yeah.
So when we killed the rats, the
Takes away.
ticks came out. The
Oh.
ticks came
Came
out,
out. Yeah,
like,
yeah. Of
because they had no more hosts. So I guess they
course.
left, right? And they were everywhere. I was like, I mean, and we used that. This was back in the day. Even though there was natural, I'm like, I called my guy up. I'm like, he was Stan the Wipeout man. I was like, Stan, no, I can't do this. Like, you got to we got rid of the rats. Now we have ticks. And it
Wow.
was directly from them, and it was terrible. So, we wound up using poison and the dogs, and, it just wasn't a good
Horrible.
situation. Yeah.
Horrible. Horrible.
So, when I saw that it was that you guys do it with this organic, natural way, I was so intrigued by it. So, talk a little bit more about more of what you do. I call you up. I'm like, hey, David, I've got a problem. I've got some rodents here. What would you do? I've got some rats. We saw rats on the porch,
So because we're only in Southern California,
right?
okay,
You
if
can't
you
come
call me
here,
from
but
Florida,
yeah,
then I would probably tell you, listen, I can't help you because we're here, and I would probably
right.
direct you to our do-it-yourself kit.
Yeah.
But I'll talk to you about that a little later.
Oh yeah, I want to
For
know.
now, let's get back to um, this particular thing.
Yeah, somebody calls you. They're in LA.
Yeah. They're in
Got a
LA. They
problem.
say I have a problem. So they'll call the office and the office will ask them some questions, if you know what they're dealing with or how long you've been dealing with it, things like that. And then, after we schedule the appointment, we have one of our licensed technician go out there, take a look, inspect the house. We can never provide a price before we actually do the inspection. Actually, by law, from the California Pest Control Board, we have to not only be licensed to do an inspection, but also to be able to provide a price.
Hmm.
It all goes together. And so
Right.
we do the inspection, we take photos and everything, and then we provide a report.
Mhm.
And then after the report is complete, this will also obviously include the price. And after we explain everything or send everything, get an approval, and then it's somewhat of a process because we deal with residential and also commercial. We do all the Los Angeles and Orange County school districts down here.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, we do a lot of different commercial, a lot of government buildings, a lot of
Hmm.
different things out here. And
Hmm.
so the process is a little different, but in most
Sure.
cases, after it's approved, we go out there and we do our treatment, which is pretty much the same treatment we've been doing for 20 years. And it's done
Hmm.
the same way for every house, for everything. It
Yeah.
includes sealing all entry points,
Hmm.
anything the size of a dime.
Yeah.
Um, and then it includes cleaning up again depending on the level of infestation and what we find and what we recommend. That's what we recommend. So
Hmm.
cleaning up dropping nesting materials, infested insulation. If the problem has been going on for a long time, most likely instead of one area or two areas that need to be removed, everything needs to be removed from the attic, and then
Right.
vacuum, and then spray for
Yeah.
disease, viruses, pheromones. That's like very important. That's the heart of our treatment, as I told you before.
Yeah.
And so after we do all that, we'll set up some traps that we'll
Hmm.
inspect for like a 2 week period. And that's why the treatment takes about 2 weeks. But during the 2 weeks, it's like, maybe 4 to 7 days. We'll come out, take a look. If
Hmm.
there's nothing in the traps, we know there's the treatment. It was good. Nothing
Hmm.
was left behind, and the treatment is complete. Um,
That's after you clean and sterilize and remove everything
Mhm.
and do the treatment. You want to say, hey, just to be sure, what
Of
kind of
course.
traps are you setting?
We have different things, and depending on the
Hmm.
client, I mean, we'll do anything from glue traps, snap
Hmm.
traps, live traps.
Yep.
But there's the thing about our company, and not only as I told you, we don't use poison or chemicals, but our we have completely minimal kill because we know we're not going to win the war against them. So killing one, two, three, four, five, it's not what we
It's
do. It's
pointless. Yeah.
it's pointless and it's not what we do. And not to mention,
Mhm.
we love animals.
Right.
We love
Yeah.
animals. We love wildlife.
Hmm.
And so, in the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's just doing everything safely.
Yeah.
That's really the number one rule here, and it's sad because there's a lot of people still using poison and chemicals and
A lot.
setting traps and just wasting time.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
a lot of our clients,
Absolutely.
a lot of clients that we find. I'm so sorry to cut you off.
No, not
Um,
at all.
a lot of the clients that we have here, they some of them have been dealing with this for a very very long time.
Right.
Setting traps for years and just, never been up to their attic, not even having any idea that
Right.
this is damage, that their insulation is not efficient because they peed on it. And instead of being 10 inches, it's now 1 inch. And
Right.
just so many things people don't know.
Yeah. I didn't
So,
even think of that. Like when I saw in one of your videos, you were saying that and showed, and I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. You don't even think about that moisture from their, urine is going to. And then what did you say? They don't have like a stomach or something?
yeah, they don't have a bladder. So
A
they
bladder. Yeah. I
urinate.
was like, what the hell?
Yeah, they urinate and defecate about 50 times a day.
It's
They can
crazy.
literally walk and pee and poop, and they'll eat their own poop.
Wow. That's crazy. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
this is this guy back here. He's the instigator.
yeah. There you
He's the
go.
one. He's the killer. He's the killer. But yeah, and also you mentioned okay, they eat their own poop. Well, they also eat dog poop also.
Yeah.
Um, Now let me ask you. I was curious about the treatment that you guys use. Is it going to? It's not going to injure any other wildlife. You're not going to have to worry like rabbits or cats, like a lot of cats in the neighborhood, that type of thing.
You mean our treatment?
Yes, your treatment
Of
specifically, what you
of
guys use.
course. We don't use,
It's
like I said,
yeah,
we don't use chemicals. We don't use
right,
poison. We don't use
yeah,
anything. In fact, when we come to a house that we're hired for service, we remove all that stuff. We remove
yeah,
any poison we find, any boxes, we remove all that stuff. It is not necessary.
hmm
It is a big hazard, especially
hmm
for the pets.
yeah.
Because the pets can't talk for themselves, you know? They could
No,
tell, hey, mommy, I just went and licked this rat. They
right.
can't speak.
That's right.
So,
That's
you
right.
know, we just have to protect them.
Yeah. And getting back to him having that rat and just and other people using poison, yeah, if they eat that rat or that mouse or the or a cat does, it's the same issue,
Yeah, the
um
same.
and yeah, the rats, then the traps, it's a vicious cycle. So now, let me see, there was a couple other questions I had for you
Can you hold on
here.
1 second?
Yeah,
Sorry, just one
totally.
second.
Yep, no problem. I'm actually going to let him out, David.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. He's like, nah, I'm not going to go. No.
It's like I want to listen to David.
Yeah. He's like, he does it and he wants her to go out and then they'll play and it's a whole thing. We just adopted her probably, when did we get her? November, like that towards the end of November. And we've had him since last year or the beginning of, yeah, last year. We've had him for a long time. So they love each other. So, but anyway, yeah, of course, mom's on the phone. Mom's on the video. Let's go. Ring, 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 ring the bell. Um, let me look here at my other. And we did talk about the disease and the other parasites that live on them.
Yeah,
Leptospirosis is huge. Um, Let me see. Yep, we talked about COVID. Yeah, they also are now have cleared a huge piece of property for a skate park. And it's great. A skate park is awesome for the kids and competition and bringing everything, more into the community. However, all the rats that used to live there, you know,
yeah,
and we have year round, probably much like you do in LA because of the weather.
right.
These animals live year round. So, um, now, one other question I had for you, David, is do you do online consultations? Or let's talk about, you mentioned another a pack of um, what would you call it that people can buy online?
Oh, you mean the do-it-yourself kit?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
the do
So
it
we
yourself.
have, yes, I'd love to talk about that, of
Ah,
course. The defense kit is one of our products.
mhm.
Um, we actually invented a few products in the past, some easy traps for people to use. But this home defense kit is basically our treatment in a box.
Okay,
Okay, and it's really a really amazing product. Because it's got no poison. It's
okay.
completely pet safe. Number one.
Mhm.
Secondly, um, and again, I don't know. I didn't tell you this before, but most of the treatments that we do here in Southern California have a lifetime warranty.
I
Because
saw that on your
yeah,
site.
and the
Mhm.
reason we do that is because we are able to solve the problem
Yeah,
by doing it this way. Like I
yeah.
said, getting rid of their scent, sealing entry points, getting
Mhm.
rid of whatever's left behind. Really simple. Once you know that, you can do it. So this kit was basically designed for us, for people who are outside of the coverage area, because we still to this day, no matter what keywords we use, doesn't matter, we still get a ton of calls from people who are like, listen, I saw you, I really need your treatment.
Right.
This is the way to address it, and we need to address it because we don't
Awesome.
have any other solution. We have dogs,
Right.
So this was really what it was invented for, was for homeowners who want to get rid of their rats and need a solution. And basically
Mm-hmm.
the kit uh, comes with, you know, three bags, which each bag is its own system.
Oh, okay.
There's like the seal and seal, detect and seal system, which basically um,
Excuse
a
me,
bunch of,
David.
sure,
Excuse me. Hey, puppy. Okay. Thanks for understanding
sure.
the life of the dog owner. So, okay, so you have three packets. David, while you're talking about this, let me go. It would I want to show people as you're describing it, if you don't mind. Is it on your website in the real retail store?
So the website rodentstuff.com, this is our services. If you want to
Oh,
go and check the kit, you could actually go to rodentcontroltoyourdoor.com, and that's where you'll find it.
okay. I'm going to type that in here. Rodentcontrol.com, you said?
Rodentcontroltoyourdoor.com.
Rodent control. I will list this in the description also so that people have all this info.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, let me just get back here so I can share this with everybody.
Yeah, so this kit basically is basically our treatment in a box, all our secrets, everything in a box. Um,
Okay.
including, you know, the scent neutralizer, which is included. Obviously, it's very important. It's also completely organic.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, see, you could see the different. If you move out, move.
Under shop.
What's that?
Is it under shop right here? This tab.
What?
The at home do it yourself.
Yeah, you're looking
Yeah.
at it.
All right. Excellent.
You're
This
looking at it.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. This
If you
way,
want to
every
go through the pictures, I can literally go through it. But you
yeah.
see the
Let's.
bags.
Yep.
Each bag has different stuff in it. It
Mm,
comes with a full instruction book. It comes with a map that tells you where all common entry points are.
okay.
Comes with a special rodent activity detection light that you can look at different activity if you'd like.
Let's see.
Look for openings. It comes with material that's like amazing. So, for example, like here, if you scroll a little more, I'll show
Keep
you.
going.
Like,
Okay. Yep.
keep going. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Just like you see the detection light. You see
Oh yeah.
footprints.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So it comes with
That's
that,
amazing.
and then the scent disruption again is you just throw it. You don't need to place it. You could just throw it. You don't have to go into the attic. All the material is toolless. You don't need tools for any other material. You could literally do this thing with no tools.
I
Very,
love
very
it.
simple. It was made for seniors. It was made for people who can be able to address this problem on their
Absolutely.
own. Yeah, we've been building it for a while now, and it's amazing. It's really great.
Love this.
Even the little capture and dispose support bag. You know, the traps are pre-baited. You don't need to bait them. You don't need
Go
anything. You
back
just
there.
place them. It comes with
These.
a sealable, disposable bag that you
Mm-hmm.
could just, you know, put it in there, seal it, and then you put it in the trash. There's no flies. There's no smell. You don't have to worry about how long it takes for the trash to get picked up.
I
Um,
love it.
everything was really engineered to make it very, very easy for homeowners to take care of the rodent issue and solve it
Mm-hmm.
for good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
It's
like
great.
I don't know
This
if you
is.
saw the vent covers. The vent covers are stickable. You know, you don't need
Is this what you're talking about? Right here,
so
this vent
so
cover.
so this vent cover. Yeah, that's the vent cover. But if you move over, I'll show you. If you scroll to the right, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Keep
Keep going.
going.
Yes,
Okay.
please. More.
Ah,
Yeah, there
this.
you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, here's a broken vent on top, and
Right.
then
This
you
is
see the
yes.
stickable vent cover,
Oh, I
and
love
then
this.
you stick it on, and it sticks on. This tape is unbelievable. It's lifetime.
Wow.
It's weather resistant. It's very strong. You
Wow.
stick it on. You don't need any tools. Nothing. That's it. Done.
Yeah. I had to build frames and go this was a long time ago, build frames and get mesh, from Home Depot and put them around the house. This would have made it so much easier back in the day,
Course.
especially.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I
And
love this.
so the size of this is 16 by 6.
Mhm.
And if you put one on top of the other, then you would have now you could do 16 by 12 hole that you can close.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay. Or if you want to do 12 by 8, you
Mhm.
understand you could do so many sizes
Yeah,
from these vents.
I love it.
And that's the thing, because through the United States, there is a lot of different, construction and different types of
Oh, yeah.
openings. We wanted to
Mhm.
be able to address them all.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah, because a lot of houses, I don't know about elsewhere, but a lot of like the homes that are older, beachside, both coasts will have, they're old cottages. They were built in like some in the 30s, 40s, 50s, even, and they've got these types of openings. So this is great. I love this.
Thank you.
It's nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
What a
really
great
easy.
invention.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Really easy to use. Really, really simple. This is a weather stripping. It's made out of steel wool and
Mm,
PVC, so they can't chew through it. Um,
great.
if you need to put it under garages or doors, it's very good for extra protection, even
Hmm.
though rats usually find the oddest openings, like
They're
they'd rather go through a small opening, knowing that it's safe, nothing can chase them in,
yeah.
as opposed to a larger opening.
Yeah, they're the roaches of the mammal world, I
Yeah.
swear.
If you
You
want to
get
move one more over,
yeah,
show you
uh-huh.
one more.
Mhm. Oh,
So
see,
this
these are like down here. I don't know if this was where you wanted to go, but this is like the AC lines going in and out.
Yeah. So you see
Mhm.
this photo, this material, this
Mm.
is the material we also use on a regular basis.
This stuff,
Yes, this stuff.
this right here. Okay.
It's basically a sealer putty, and what
Mhm.
it does is you can get into a lot of different areas, and then it hardens and becomes part of it.
Right
The best
right
thing
here.
about this is that most people for the
Mhm.
last 10,000 years have been using um, foam. Foam
Right.
gets on the ground, gets everywhere. It is so hard to use without
Ugh,
making a mess.
it's so annoying also,
So
and
annoying.
it
And so,
expands. It looks
yeah.
terrible.
And you always put more than you need, and
Always, every time.
always. So this material is again amazing because there's no mess. You could literally take it out of the packet. You don't need gloves. There's no smell to it. The
Wow.
texture is just so comfortable to deal with. And
Mhm.
then you put it wherever you want, and it's easy to manipulate. Like if you have like a big problem, and let's say you need a cleaning,
Yeah.
and you don't want to do a cleaning now or whatever. But in some cases, rodents, if they're very aggressive, I was telling you, they'll chew through stuff. So if
Yeah.
you want, you could literally put some coins in it or some metal or whatever, and now you have
Mhm.
extra defense for those
Wow.
very aggressive rodents.
Oh,
Uh,
that
but
makes sense. That's great idea.
yeah, yeah. And so this particular material, like I said, is very easy to use, very
Mhm.
comfortable. It hardens. I mean, you could even put steel wool in it if you wanted to.
Oh,
Doesn't
wow,
matter.
yeah.
And you
So,
just let it dry. It's amazing.
I love it.
Amazing.
So this is a gray picture of the gray color, and then this part here is the white color, or is this what you're showing as
Yeah,
far as the
it's
material is
just probably
concerned so
different
people
images,
know?
but this material comes in a few different colors.
Right.
Um, we offer it in white, seal
Mhm.
the holes and you can paint it, but we offer it in white now with the kit.
Mhm.
Maybe later more options for colors, but
Mhm.
this is
That's
not
great.
a home improvement kit. This is a rodent
Right.
control kit.
Exactly. This is to keep the, bad, rodents out.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the
That's
scent
our
trail.
scent
I love it.
neutralizer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
our organic um, scent disruption spheres, which, like I said, you could just toss it into the crawl space or into the attic. You don't need to go in there because that's another thing, if
Yeah.
people not comfortable going to an area where there's rats or climbing or whatever. But,
Or yeah,
as long as
camp.
you could just
Mhm.
throw it in there, Usually I recommend 2 to 3 per attic or 2 to 3
Mhm.
per crawl space, throwing it into different areas, and that will do it. Like I said, it's not to kill them; it's just to make them uncomfortable, mess with their centrals, and
Mhm.
make them leave. And so, you could actually use the kit in two ways. If you want to avoid the traps, you don't want to deal with traps, even though they're
Right.
pre-baited and easy to use. You don't want to deal with it. What you can do is you can throw the spheres into the crawl space, the attic, let's say the garage, whatever.
Mhm.
Wait 24 to 72 hours. After that, you seal all the holes, and then you don't have to use the traps because they've already all left. Because remember, the traps are for anything left behind. But
Right.
if you do this process first, then you can do it without traps because you're not going to have anything to trap. In
Right.
some very rare cases, like I said, the rats, they're very smart, and sometimes you
Yeah.
literally take a group of 30 rats, and three of them will be smarter than the rest
Yeah.
and more aggressive and more, that's just crazy, but
Yeah.
that's how it is.
So these round balls are the spheres that have the scent disruptor in it. And what I just want people to really hear you when you say, "Okay, great. You don't want to do traps. Well, that's fine. You can do these and leave that space open so that if they're in there, they can get out. But if you don't mind using the traps, you put these spheres in anyway, but then you're putting the traps in and you can seal the holes, but the traps will capture any that may be left behind, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
perfect, perfect.
Because they might be traveling in the walls, they might be in the
Sure.
crawl space,
Mm-hmm.
and people don't realize that. You take a simple 1,000 square foot house,
Mm-hmm.
not the biggest house,
Right.
but if you flatten all your walls, okay, you flatten all the walls, now you have
Mm-hmm.
a 10,000 square foot house.
Right.
But it's not the 10,000 square foot house, it's 10,000 square foot of space that they have to move around.
Yes. Yes.
Instead, they
Tons.
have they have a lot more space than you actually think. And
Yes.
that's why in most cases, for 3 months, they could be in your house undetected.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. Now, what if you had like just throwing this out there because we live in Florida, what if there's like squirrels? Does it work on like squirrels or
Yes. So that's the
anything like
thing.
that or
If
not
let's
really?
say, yes, yes. I mean, again, a lot of the rodents share a lot of the things, but if you seal your house for rats and mice, right?
Mhm.
Um, Squirrels are too big. They're not going to be able to get through these openings.
Right.
If let's say squirrels were, very, very, very tiny, maybe a different story. But no,
Yeah.
they
Gotcha.
cannot get through it.
Mhm.
The scent disruptor, again, in some cases, if there's a very heavy infestation, I've seen in some cases,
Mhm.
attracting other things. But yeah, you get rid of that scent,
Mhm.
and you're golden because now you can
Awesome.
really control the problem and not have the problem control you.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. All right, let's move through here. Okay. But this looks like maybe the size of a golf ball,
No, this
maybe?
is the
Smaller?
same thing. It's just a close up picture. The
Okay.
ball is
About that
probably, yeah,
size.
probably the size of a golf ball.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah,
about the size of a golf ball.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Good
not
eye.
bad. Okay. And then we've got it's a miracle. And then we've got capture and dispose support. Is
Yeah,
this
that's a trapping
the
system.
whole system right here?
Yeah,
Okay. This is great. And you have the protective gloves,
yeah. So
glue traps.
the gloves are very important when if you do decide to use the trapping thing. The gloves are
Mhm.
very important to put them on and then put the trap out. It's actually a really cool system because you have the disposable bag.
Right.
So the way to do it, and that's included in the actual instruction manual that you get with this
Mhm.
kit. But it basically tells you to put on the gloves first of all, so you don't get the human scent on them. Number
Mm.
one. Number two, put the trap on top of the bag. So the bag lays flat on the ground and then you put the trap on it. So in
Oh.
case of anything, it all stays in one place.
Mm.
Then it's very easy to just take it, boom, stick in the bag, grab the thing, seal it, put it in the trash.
All right.
Very
Very
easy.
good. Very good.
Thank you.
And then we have here. Okay, we have it. One step one, two, and three. And then we've got
It's
your
technically two steps,
wrap.
but like I said, the trapping is just a precaution.
Yeah.
We give it, to everybody just as a precaution in case.
Yeah.
But like we don't, I told you, we don't believe in ongoing trapping. Like that's just, it's just
That's yeah.
horrible.
That's what's so awesome. Now, let me ask you something else. How long do these spheres last?
So the spheres, and this is a good, very good question, because the spheres last for about, I don't know, 3 to 6 months, but that's not it, because we only need it to last for 72 hours. We need them
Yeah.
gone. We need to
Yep.
seal. That's all we need.
Yeah.
So we need them gone. We need to seal the house. You're good to go.
That's a good point. The other thing is it says so if I have a 5,000 square foot home, I would get two of these kits or three of these kits if I have a
Yeah,
larger home type of
probably
thing.
probably two of them. I think
Mhm.
would be good.
Mhm.
Because it comes with a fairly good amount of material,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Like houses are so different. Like you could have a house with 2 holes, and you
Mhm.
could have a house with 60 holes,
True.
right? I'm sorry to be such a
Yeah.
big, but that's the thing. Like when we do our treatments, like we seal all openings from the outside
Mhm.
and the inside because we want to limit their mobility.
Yeah,
And
totally.
so, going into your kitchen, opening under the sink and
Mhm.
sealing that area with the material provided, like that sealer, very easy. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, you're done. And now they can get into your kitchen area.
Mhm.
And so this is the thing is that limiting their mobility, being able to seal stuff as easily as possible
Right.
and and then being, helping making sure that they don't get back in.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, so I would recommend, I would say if you have a big house, 4,000 square feet, um, 5,000 square feet,
Mhm.
I think two is enough. Try two.
Yeah.
The average house in the United States is 2,000 square feet. This is the
Yeah.
average house.
Yeah.
So we built this technically for a 2,000 square foot house,
Mhm.
with the right amount of material, throwing the spheres into the attic. A
Yep.
4,000 square foot house has a much bigger attic. So now you might need 6 spheres just for that whole
Yeah.
attic.
How many spheres come with one kit?
Six.
Six. Six come per kit. Okay.
Yeah, six per
Yeah.
kid.
Mhm.
If you have a house with a garage, an attic, and a crawl space,
Mhm.
I would recommend probably two in the garage, in the crawl space, three in the attic, and one
Mhm.
in the garage.
Yeah.
If you have a problem in the garage.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you don't have a problem, but you do have a problem in the attic, then you could put them, in these different places. That's
Mhm.
fine. It's organic. It's not going to kill anyone.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're lucky we haven't had any in the house or anything. But you know, with the amount of, like I said, the influx of people coming in and them going to once a week trash pickup, which is absolutely insane. It has made life very interesting here. I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
So now, what about, do you guys only do rodents, or do you do insects? Does
No,
this
no,
stuff
no.
work on
Only
insects? Only
only
rodents.
rats and mice.
Yeah.
Only.
Mhm.
That's what we've always done. We never got into anything else.
Yeah.
We have one solution for that with a
Mhm.
life immunity, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
There's so much work here.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I know, if you did insects, it would be a whole different business for
It's a
sure.
whole different thing, and
Yeah.
to be able
Yeah.
to just do one thing, and because there's a
Yeah.
lot of insects, a lot of these
Oh my
exterminators,
god,
they
yeah.
deal with like 10 different things, and
Yeah.
I don't know how you can be good in all of them. You should just
It
pick one and
yeah.
focus.
Yeah. Like in Florida, there could be one just for ants, one just for roaches.
Oh,
you know,
nice.
one just for and no, they don't have it, but they can be. It could totally be that way. We have like species of ants that is like, holy crap, this is off the hook, you know? I mean, the insects here are just unreal.
Yeah,
Unreal. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm convinced this house is on an ant hill because I've never had an ant problem like I have in Florida
No
here
kidding.
in the bathroom, not near any food. It's clean. Everything's clean. House gets vacuumed like, well, with the dogs pretty much every day, but a full clean out like twice a week, you know? And I'm like, the fuck is going on? And you look it up and they're like Argentinian ants. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know what they are. I don't know. Do they like sweet or meat? Who the hell know? I mean, so I was like, oh, I've got to ask him if he does ants and shit. But this is really great. I love that you have, the capability of shipping it. And now just throughout the United States, or what about Canada or international?
No, we're just in the United States for
Hmm.
now.
Yep.
And honestly, one of the reasons I told you we did is because a lot of people have been calling us for this treatment. Like that's what ignited
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to take a family business to another state. And even though we're
Absolutely.
not moving the whole family,
Right.
it's hard, and we're down here, we have a lot of employees, we have a lot
Hmm.
of connections, and where are we gonna go, like it's
Right.
a big move. And
Oh yeah.
it's like somebody opening a restaurant, being successful, and then opening another four restaurant, and then finally closing them down and going back to that
Yeah.
same one location.
Right.
It's like, who needs
It
all that?
doesn't make
It's too
sense. Yeah.
much.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like you're not like like a McDonald's or, franchise type of situation like that. So
Yeah.
it's really good that, you are local for the people that live out there. But like I said, it's also really good for other situations. I have a friend, she's got a dog, and when I tell her all about this, she's gonna be like, "Oh my god," she might be one of your customers online, but she doesn't want to hurt the other animals, and it's like I
Of
get that,
course. Of
you don't want to
course.
do that, but
You
so
know,
yeah,
our treatment, we actually don't really deal with outside issues. You know that, right?
yeah,
Like, because think about it, because we don't do any of the trapping and the poison, there's nothing for us to do outside.
right,
Like, I will only be there if something got into your house, into your wall, into your
right.
crawl space. Like that infestation, I can take care of, but
Hmm.
sitting there and trying to kill a bunch of rats, it's
In the
just not.
neighborhood, yeah, it's not
It's not a
happening.
solution.
And no, it's not. Yeah, I mean, and that makes sense. If they've crossed the boundary and have entered the dwellings, you're there,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. There you
yeah,
go.
but I love that, you talked about what people need to do, clearing clutter, whether it's brush or, if you've got like things in the yard. And I think that's just important anyway. And maybe you have too many trees in the area, maybe trim them back a little bit if you can, because all of that stuff is a way for them to cross into your yard and get into your house,
Exactly.
so
Exactly. I
yeah.
want to say something about cutting trees and stuff. This is something that I've been telling people for years. A
Hmm.
lot of people they'll instead of addressing the rodent problem, they go cut the tree. And yes,
Right.
although that's another route for them to get
Hmm.
on, they can climb on anything. They can climb on
Oh yeah.
stucco.
Oh
What's the
yeah.
tree?
Right,
So
yeah, just a
so
ladder.
so that's the thing, is that if let's say they have a hole up there in the attic and they are
Hmm.
using the trees and you cut the trees down,
Right.
but now they could find so many other ways to get back through that
Yeah,
opening, and they
they're gonna
will.
crawl up the wall and get onto the roof
Yeah,
to
of
get to the
course.
hole.
It's
Yep,
not
for
it's not the
sure.
thing. So a lot of people I know, like they just they cut all these trees down, trees that they love, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, no, you can't
why?
cut them down. No, no,
And
I'm
they
talking
still
about, like,
and they
the
still had a
stuff
problem. So it's
that
like,
of course, right. It's like and it's like I tell dog owners and cat owners, it's like, okay, if you have a really severe problem, say this dog maybe needs to go see a veterinary behaviorist, okay? That's great. You can get a medication or you can get a supplement or if you want to go natural, that's cool. but you also have to do behavior modification. You can't just do one without the other, or you can't just do behavior modification. Maybe you need the help of a supplement or a medication, So you do, like I said before, have to look at the whole picture of
Course,
everything. Yeah,
course.
for sure. Um, and I just I love it. I love it. I think I asked you everything on here. I made a whole bunch of questions here. Um, traps, disease. Yeah. Talked about Tony killing the rat, overpopulation of people and what that's doing to us. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tell me, are you on Facebook or social media,
Yeah,
TikTok,
yeah. I
whatever?
told you because Roto Stuff's been around for about 20 years already.
Mm-hmm.
We have Facebook, Instagram, we're on Yelp, we're on Google, we have over 1,000 5-star reviews online.
Yeah.
We've just been around for a long time.
Yeah.
So and doing one thing, it's like it's pretty easy to just
Yeah.
succeed
Duplicate.
every
Yeah.
time, every day, the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's great. I love it. That's great. Well,
Thank
David,
you.
I really enjoyed having you on the show for
Thank
sure. Let
you.
me let
Thank you.
me
My
get rid
pleasure.
of this so we can see. I can see you better. My old eyes. Yeah, but yeah, it's been great, and I am pretty sure you're gonna get some, maybe a couple calls from Florida people. Like,
Yeah.
I need that DIY kit or
Yeah. Listen, if
DIY.
anybody's got a
Yeah,
problem, this will solve it because again,
yeah,
we're not just we're not just people, marketing people. We're a rodent
right.
control company. This is what we do,
Yep.
and we want to give it to the people. We want the people to start solving their problem.
Hmm.
This industry, like the actual poison and trapping and all that. It's a $1 billion
I know.
industry, and everybody's going and buying. And like this is what everybody knows. This is what my grandfather used to do.
Yeah,
That's
and
what I'm
it
gonna do.
doesn't, yeah, it doesn't work, and I can tell
It
you,
doesn't work. It just slows things
even
down.
right, on the
You know
pet
how many
level.
people call me? Call us after 7, 8 months of them doing trapping with a
Yeah,
pest control company.
yep,
Okay. And they're like, listen, I'm fed up. I
mhm,
fired my guy. I can't, there's
mhm,
still rats. There's still smell. There's still flies. I'm dealing
mm,
with a problem. How
right,
can I solve this problem?
right,
Well, trapping is not going to do it. And then I'm sorry to
mhm.
say that this is like a very simple thing to say. It's like, it's almost as if as long as you're paying, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah,
That makes sense?
yeah, because that company keeps you hooked in so that you are
Yeah.
that repeat customer.
And then we come in, and now I'm sorry, sir, but all this
Right,
stuff needs to be cleaned up, not just one area. So
yeah,
all this stuff needs to be cleaned up. All this thing needs to be handled.
yeah,
Rats, they find a place, they're not going anywhere.
that's
You got
right,
to get them out.
that's right, for sure. Yeah, yep, seal them up, keep them out.
Keep them
Definitely.
out.
Yeah, for sure. I love it. Um, yeah, all right. Well, I'm gonna post this now. Let me just ask you one more question. Um, your websites, we've got two. So rodent stop, rodent control to your door is
The kit. This is
the
where you
kit
can
that
go
people can
order the
buy.
kit.
Right. And if
Exactly.
they're local to you, they can do rodentstop.com.
Yeah,
All right.
rotostop.com. We are in Southern California. We cover 5 counties.
Nice.
So Ventura County, LA County, San Bernardino County,
Okay.
Riverside County, and Orange County,
Right on. All right.
which is about a 80-mile radius from our office in Van Nuys.
I love it.
But anyone else outside of that area, you have a problem, you want to solve it, the do-it-yourself kit is easy, fast, and effective process.
Awesome. Great. All right. This probably won't be coming out for, let's see, about a month. But what I'll do is I break up my interviews into smaller segments so people can digest it quickly because of short attention spans that people have.
Okay.
so so it'll be like maybe like 4 parts or whatever, and I'll
Sure.
edit it and clean it up, but I'll put all your website and contact information in there for local and DIY for people. And I'll let you know like the day before. I post on Wednesdays. It goes up on Spotify and Apple, and then I'll post it onto social uh networks over like Wednesday and Thursday. um
Amazing.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes Facebook can be like, nah, we don't feel like posting it now, we'll just whatever. And I'm like, really? Like, why? Why do you hate me, Facebook? So yeah. But yeah, okay, and I'll take us out now, and then we'll wrap it. But yeah, David, thank you so much for joining us today. And we're gonna get
Thanks
this
for having me.
info out to the people. Yeah, no problem. It was great. It was really good because it's a nice, safe place for people to look you up and get the information and get the products that they need to keep their pets safe and keep the rodents out of their damn houses and stuff. So I love your system.
Thank
So
you.
thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.